Well, finally, as we all know, the Tenet has came out in theaters, and even Tom Cruise has went to watch it. And here we get 11 Christopher Nolan movies. So I thought, why to wait? Here are all the 11 Christopher Nolan movies ranked from the worst to the best. Number 11 is Following. It is one of the earlier Christopher Nolan movies after he made some of the short-term movies, and it's truly the most forgettable Christopher Nolan movie. I have watched it only once and I don't even remember what happened, so it's now easily my number 11. Number 10, Insomnia. Of course, we are talking about Christopher Nolan movies. If it was some other list, Insomnia would have been way higher. But after all, we are talking about Christopher Nolan movies. So Insomnia is not a bad movie at all. It's a great movie. It's a really, really great movie. Al Pacino is in it, and some really great problems regarding insomnia, which is a sleeping disorder. And Nolan always uses concepts that are so damn good, and even this is one of it. However, it is also one of Christopher Nolan's earlier movies, but it's a masterpiece. It's a really great film. No one can say anything bad about it. It's completely perfect. I mean, everything, the storyline, the script, the writing, everything was perfect. The concept they used of insomnia, that was also really good, where Al Pacino is the lead actor and he has given a great performance, a really, really great performance. I think his performance was great, some really great sequences in it. So of course, being at number 10, I'm appreciating this movie so much just because it's a Nolan movie. Number 9, Batman Begins. Why number 9? It's the first movie in the Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, and it's at number 9. It's just because all the other Christopher Nolan movies are so good. I mean, I'm a big Batman fan, but Batman Begins, and I really enjoyed Batman Begins, but the fact that it was the first of the bunch and it was not that engaging, it was not that entertaining, that was the only reason why it is at number 9 where it is. So that's a disappointment. I mean, that was a really good movie, but after all, it's number 9 for me. I like Christian Bale's performance, I like Christopher Nolan's direction, I love Batman, he's my favorite superhero, but things were pretty low, the stakes were not high in this movie. He was just becoming Batman, and I also like his origin stories, but we are talking about Christopher Nolan stuff, so number 9 is also not bad. And as I said, Insomnia was a great film, so Batman Begins is even a better one. At number 8 we have Dunkirk, which was released in 2017. It's a war epic. Christopher Nolan gives his tries on so many movies. Aside from only sci-fi and action, he gave us a war epic, and it was really epic. Tom Hardy's villain, he just sits in his jet, then thought, I loved that character. He was easily my favorite one from the movie. A lot of tensed environment because the whole movie was tensed. The sequences they created, the action sequences in the movie were really great, and the best thing in the movie, as I said, is a tense environment. The whole tension surrounds us throughout the movie from the start to the end. Cillian Murphy's performance was also really good. I really loved his performance. He acted like a madman, but after all, his performance was the best in the whole movie. However, my favorite character was the one Tom Hardy was playing. But it's Christopher Nolan. He has some really great actors in his movies. And then at number 7, The Prestige, another movie with Christian Bale. I think he really enjoyed working with Christian Bale, so he also had him as his Batman in his Dark Knight trilogy. So of course, this is really a great film. Magic is after all so good. We have already seen that in the Harry Potter movies, but this is some realistic stuff. Not only that Harry Potter wants stuff, but here's some realistic Christopher Nolan magic. And this movie is also a magic from Christopher Nolan. I mean, he pulled out such another weird concept and made it into a movie that was so good. So good. And it turns out to be really good because after all, it's Christopher Nolan, so I can't stop appreciating him because of his direction. His direction is really amazing, and Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman's performance were really good. Then at number 6, Memento. This is regarded as one of Christopher Nolan's biggest masterpieces. It is at number 6 for me because of because of what? It is at number 6 for me. I thought it was a really good film. I appreciate that. It was a really good film with memory concepts, that how a person loses memories, and there have been other film industries who have tried to copy it, but of course no one can reach Christopher Nolan standards, no one at all. This movie was also another great experience at the movies for me, because Christopher Nolan just pulled the rug out of it. It was such a great movie, but the fact that it is at number 6 is because I love the other 5 a bit more than this. However, some script wise it is really good. As it was said, it's a masterpiece. At number 5, Interstellar. Man, this movie is so awesome. How can I can say it to be the Christopher Nolan movie with emotional touches to it. Really, there were emotional touches to Interstellar. It was the only Christopher Nolan movie where the emotional element were included heavily between a father and his daughter. And the space concept, the black hole, the 4D tesseract, that was so amazing. I just keep wondering how he pulls it all off. How he must have so much knowledge for it. That's so good of Christopher Nolan to make such masterpieces. And Interstellar's visual effects were so really good. I mean, the way they created space and the performances from Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, all the actors deliver great performance in these movies. I don't know why that happens, that even acting and directing both are never criticized for Christopher Nolan movies, and that is the same for Interstellar. But at number 4 is Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet. I really enjoyed Tenet. People oftenly criticize this movie for only one reason, is that it is way too much complicated. Yes, it is. It is more complicated than any Christopher Nolan movie. More complicated than Memento, more complicated than Inception, more complicated than Interstellar. It's complicated. It's the most complicated movie I would have ever seen. But that's what I like. I like complicated movies because I like to understand them. The concept of inversion is really used so well in it. And people said that Nolan became so smart that he forgot that audiences can't be that much smart as he is. And yes, that's true, but some audiences can, and those who can really enjoyed this movie, including me. I really dig it out. It's of course one of my favorite movies, but yeah, I must say it was way too much complicated, way too much complicated. But there were some great action scenes, some really great action scenes. I can say some really great unique action scenes, because unique ones were from the Inception and it's going to come forward in the list, but Tenet has some war action scenes and that was epic. Number 3, The Dark Knight Rises. I oftenly found myself confused between which to put at number 3, Dark Knight Rises or Tenet. So I went with Dark Knight Rises. Why? Just because I'm a Batman fan. I really enjoyed Dark Knight Rises. Even I was confused between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises when I watched them, but Dark Knight Rises came to be a bit lower. It was the end of the Dark Knight trilogy and I really enjoyed it. Some people also say it is the weakest in the whole Dark Knight trilogy. It is not at all. I loved Dark Knight Rises. I love Tom Hardy's performance. I love Christian Bale's performance. Each and every casted actor had given a really great performance for the end of the Dark Knight trilogy, and I just really enjoyed it. It had some most tense environment, the best third act in the whole Dark Knight trilogy. A really great setup for the final fight. That was really amazing. It shown us Batman when he's weak, and it gave me chills at the end. I mean, that was a really perfect ending for the Dark Knight trilogy. But I need to give the second spot to The Dark Knight, just because of such a really great storyline, such a really great villain. Heath Ledger's Joker. I don't think I am really fit to say anything about him, because every one of us would have heard 1,000 things about Heath Ledger's Joker, so we all know that his performance was really great, really great, not comparable to any other performances. But there is Christopher Nolan's direction in it. Without Christopher Nolan's direction, this would not have been possible. Heath Ledger gives there was such a great storyline, so many plot twists, two-faced plot twists that was so amazing. Some really great action scenes, the truck rescue, then all the dialogues that were written for Joker as well as Batman. They were so amazing. Batman was in his full form, and that was such a delight to watch it. And I really watch it again and again and again, and I never get bored, not even in one scene. It always keeps up with the hype. I really enjoy it the same and sometimes even more. But number one is Inception. It's not only my favorite Christopher Nolan film, it's my favorite sci-fi movie of all time. It was really amazing. The way he used the concept of dreams, and that was so amazing. I can't believe how he did it. And it took him 10 years to complete the script with his brother. So that was amazing. The way the action sequences were planned, the way the visual effects were shown, that was so good. I mean, every time I watch this movie, I get a better piece out of it. I get to understand more things out of it. And that's the reason why I love Inception. It is a great, great film. The concept is especially so great. Some really great action sequences, the rotating hallway blew our minds away, and Christopher Nolan does it without using visual effects. So that's so crazy of him to do so, but I love his craziness, and when he gets crazy, he creates something which is a masterpiece, and this is also a masterpiece. Thank you, Christopher Nolan, for giving us all these movies. That's it. Like, share and subscribe Film Villa, and share your own list in the comment section.